Ready to go
Everybody, welcome
live.
in, welcome in, welcome in. We're about to get everything started. Talia's gonna send us out to the the book of the faces. We are getting ready to make it happen. We have a brand new person here that we are going to introduce to the audience. Super excited to have her here. We always have hey, welcome everybody. We are out live on Facebook. And as always, we're happy to have you guys here with Sundays Live with TRM. We have a brand new author here with us. Miss Jasmine is here live on Sundays with TRM. And of course, Taylor is back with another fantastic GPT. I got to play with this GPT. Like she gave us a preview in a co-working session with Talya, where Talya just came on real quick and she was like, why don't you try this on out and see what you guys think about it? And we played with it a little bit, but she has perfected it and has done some amazing things with the GPT. Loved it, had fun with it. Really, really had fun with the GPT. There's a couple things that I want to talk about with the GPTs and what's happening out in the generator space over this weekend. If you guys have been playing in generators this weekend, I know it. There's a couple things that have happened. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to have you guys here. And as always, we like to have conversations with everyone in the community. And you guys are always afraid to turn on your cameras, but I see you. I see you. Miss Monica. I see. She's like, God dang it. That nabbit. There, I knew she was gonna say something to me. And Erica's like, ha ha, she got you this time. Ha
Look, Erica
ha.
said, I got my hair all done and everything today, girl. Ooh.
Look, Erica look at all cute and stuff. But Monica,
Oh,
how are
I
you doing?
don't. My hair is not done. I'm in between barbers,
It's
but
not a
look,
requirement. You're fine. It's not a
it's
requirement. You're
look,
good.
it's funny because I said, "Ooh, I'm early," and my camera is on, and before I could turn it off,
There she, I got you. I got
I
you,
got
girl. I
pulled
got
to the
you.
front of the
I got
classroom.
I got you, girl. I got you. So how are you doing? How's your business going? I know that you do a little bit of digital and I know that you do a lot of physical. So how's the
I
business
do.
going? What have you been working on?
Business is going pretty good. I am in the process of creating a few notebooks,
Okay.
spiral and composition notebooks. Sorry, I'm looking to the side because I was picking up one. This is one that
I'm
I
gonna get
created
this
with
on the
my art, of
spotlight.
course. This is a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
This is a spiral notebook. I just have to cut off the ends. So I'm working on that, and I'm going to add a few other things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe do some bundles with a couple of, matching pencils, and I might do the coloring. I mean, the crayon boxes and stuff like that. I don't know yet. I'll have to do some feelers and see who's interested in those types of things. So I'm doing that. I'm in the process of putting together, I have a desk to put together. Thank you, Lula. I have I'm converting my dining room into my workstation. So I have to put my desk together, and yeah, I got a lot going on because I can't always take over the kitchen table to work. I need a dedicated space because when I work at the kitchen table, I have to pull everything out and then put everything back. It's just too much. So um, this has been a work in progress for quite a long time, but now it's time to get it done so I can have a place to do my business. So
That
that's
is
what I'm doing.
that is awesome. So what type of desk are we getting? Are we getting a standing desk? Are we just getting a regular desk? What?
A regular desk,
Okay.
and of course, I have a purple chair all picked out. I'm excited about that. That's my color.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm also doing like a workstation, a big workstation. So I didn't want a huge desk because I needed a big space to, do other things because
Mhm.
I've made signs for businesses before and all kinds of stuff. So I need a big space to lay things out if need be. So that workspace is going to be in the middle of the floor and my desk is going to be on one end. I haven't decided whether I want the desk where I'm facing, looking out my front window in the living room or out the back window to the backyard. So I'll figure that out, but that's a minor thing.
I know me, I could never have my desk looking out the front window. I'd be like, what are they doing? What's happening?
Well, my house sits kind of far back from the street. So if I see somebody there, if they're that close where I can see them in the window,
Yeah, you want to
they're
know
in
what
my
they're doing.
yard.
Yeah, right.
They're in my yard. Yeah. And
Yeah.
plus, my house sits, you have to walk up about 6 or so steps from the street and then walk up a long walkway and up another 6 or 7 steps onto the porch. So if
Okay.
I can see them from the front window, I need to see them from the front
Yeah,
window. I need to know why they're in my
they're
yard.
intentionally, you need to know why they're there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I would be so distracted. I would be
Right.
so distracted. I would like, what are they doing? What are they doing? My brother said that I'm gonna be mother sister when I get older. I'll be like,
Hmm.
mother sister always watches, mother sister. Yeah.
The older I get, I'm more like my aunt, my great aunt. She was more like a grandmother to me. She used to sit in her bedroom window at night in the summertime because
Uh-huh.
she did not believe in air conditioning. She would sit in that window, and that was like TV to her. She could tell you everybody that was creeping out late at night, all of that good stuff.
Oh,
She
that's
knew
gonna
it
be me.
all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna know everything about everybody in the neighborhood. You know,
Hmm.
like, how's your kid? They gone to college yet? Just tell me about them. I gotta know
Hmm.
everything, everything. I'm gonna be that lady. That lady.
I don't sit in the window, but I will look at that ring camera. I will do that. Yes, I
Oh
will.
yeah, no. Everybody knows that if they need something done, like the roads repaved or anything like that, they call me because I'll call down to the city, get it done.
Hmm.
We have a big legacy to make sure that the neighborhood is taken care of around here.
Right.
So it's fun. I love
Hmm.
that part of
That's fun.
civic
Okay.
duty. Yeah.
Your idea of fun's a little different than mine, but okay. I do that too. We have 311 here where you can call like to get city services.
Uh-huh.
It's also like our police non-emergency number. So yeah, I'm familiar with 311.
Oh yeah, no, I love calling departments. Hello, hi.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's so fun. Well, it's good talking to you. I'm glad that you're
You
working on your
too.
business. You're getting your home office together. All that stuff is
Hmm.
being taken care of. And I can't wait. You should now show pictures of that, of your setup. What is that magazine where women work?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
hmm Yeah, where women work. We need to like have a picture of that where women work.
Hmm.
Yep, absolutely,
Like some
Monica.
great
Yeah, I
social
have to
media
remember.
BTS behind
I
the scenes
know it's
content.
crazy. I
Hmm.
always forget to do content as I'm going along. I made my daughter a coloring book earlier today. A few weeks ago, we sat through, we scrolled through my mid journey, and she just picked out random coloring pages that she liked,
I love
and
it.
I printed them out and made her a big coloring book. Did the binding at the top. How about I didn't film not one thing? I'm gonna take pictures of it because I haven't given it to her
Okay.
yet. So you can't have it yet until I make my content. So yeah, but I could have videoed myself scrolling through Mid Journey
hmm
at all. The papers coming out of the printer. Why do I think of these things after the fact?
Next time.
Everything is content, Monica. Everything.
I
Everything.
know, Talia. I know that after the fact. Why don't I remember when I'm doing it?
Taylor says she has the same problem. She has the
Okay, so it's
same
not just
problem.
me.
Don't worry. Don't worry. She has the same problem. Well, thank you so much, Monica. We really appreciate you. And, don't worry, everybody, you can turn your camera on. This is a calm conversation, no pressure. And remember, everything is content. So you can download this and put it in as your own personal content.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Mhm. Look at Talia's face.
Look at me while I was on TRM on Sunday. No, just kidding. But yes, y'all really remember that everything is content. They getting paid for making content with way worse stuff. Okay.
I was about to say, them putting
Make
the
the
whole
content.
collard green in the pot ain't washed nothing, and that's content.
Oh.
You never seen that? You never seen that woman? That was disgusting.
Josh's mom? Is that who you talking about?
It might, I don't
Oh,
know
it
her
might have
name
been
or his
Josh's
name,
mom.
but that,
That sounds
maybe,
like Josh's mom.
maybe when
Eating
I
vegetables.
don't have on my muscle shirt, kind of
Or
my
maybe
ramen.
you should have your muscle shirt. I think that's a big myth. I've been doing a lot of content lately. I'm about to do a posting challenge, so y'all keep a lookout on that. But
Okay.
I keep looking at these videos and I'm like, oh my I have an earbud in for no reason. My ring is crooked. I've got a set of pimples on that side of my face. And you know what? I ain't redoing nothing. Y'all just gonna
Okay.
talk about me. And what I'm finding is I actually think people appreciate like you're just being yourself.
Organic content. They appreciate
Yeah.
organic content.
Yeah.
I got one I'm gonna post tomorrow, and I was testing out some the Dr. Maloxins black rice stuff. I had like eyebrow tint on, and I
Mm-hmm.
had nothing on my face.
Yep.
And then I started scrubbing little stuff, and I was like, I know this ain't coming off my face as much as I wash my face. What is happening?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
But here we
Yeah.
are.
So
Y'all gonna see me with my eyebrow tint on, honey. I was like,
yeah.
I'm looking real crazy, but I don't care.
No, no. As a matter of
I
fact,
don't
what
care.
I'm realizing is when people catch your little errors, they spend more time watching, which actually helps your engagement go up.
Mhm.
Because now in their mind, they're working through what went wrong, why it didn't work, and that's to your advantage. You don't want things to be so nice and neat and perfect that oh, she gets it all right. Swipe.
Mhm. And all
You
y'all gonna be seeing when y'all see that content is why she get on there with her eyebrows looking like that. She gotta be ashamed of herself.
Oh, I
And
can't wait. I'm reposting.
they will definitely, if you make a mistake or misspell something, those people who love to tell you wrong and love to correct stuff, they're gonna get on
Like,
there and say, that's not how it
look,
works. You're not
whatever
supposed
kind
to
of
do that.
engagement you want to do, come on
Exactly.
over here. It
Come
can
on,
be
tell me
negative,
again.
It
positive, or
all counts.
indifference. It
Yep,
all
That
counts. Come on
counts.
over.
positive or negative,
Come
it is
on over.
engagement. Thank you very much.
It all counts.
Yeah. I want to
Uh,
I want to give a shout out to Miss Lewis's background with the teeth with the flowers in the background. I
oh,
see it
that's
Ooh,
back there.
bad.
I see
Yeah,
that. I see it. I just want to
that's
say
cute.
it's cute.
I mean,
Regina,
them the
I
new
just
reels they wearing now. The new grills. That's it.
Mm-mm.
That's
I be just trying to, implement the things that I learned from you. So thank you very
Look,
much.
look,
ooh, I love
I see
that.
that in the background. I see you.
Thank you.
I just want to, say I see that. I see you.
Well, my daughter does teeth whiteness. I was trying to experiment on getting some content
Mm.
for her. It didn't quite turn out right, but I still like it. So it's a work in progress. But thank you guys for all that you all give.
It's
We appreciate you,
beautiful.
Diana.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Well, as always, we always hand it over because no one does the wheel better. Because you guys don't ever want Talia and I to do the wheel. Because you know how. Look at Erica. Yeah, yeah. Especially not me.
hold on a second.
Disaster.
Now I know that I did not do an amazing job at this on last week. I'm aware, but at least we got the
No,
wheel up. We did get it up.
we
Because it
did.
really was about to be like 15 people name on there. I'm serious. I was having a crash out in the background. If some people wasn't gonna make it last week, I called Martine. I was like, hey, I don't know how you do it, but let me tell you something. I'm about to not do the wheel this week. We just gonna skip a whole week of doing the wheel. What we gonna do?
I only
Thank
quit
you.
when Martine does it, so.
Martine had to talk me off the ledge because I'm telling y'all, the wheel almost did not happen last week. It almost didn't happen. She on vacation, and I'm calling her like, how do you do this? The name ain't showing up. What is
Mhm.
going on? I don't know what to do. I was freaking out in the background. I really was.
Martine was down the street from me last weekend.
I was. Yes. I had a couple people who told me that I was in their city. And for those of you that was in my city, just know that I had made some commitments. I work long days. And so I had a responsibility to really focus in on some family time and get some rest. And that's exactly what I did. But I'm hoping and praying that there's a conference or something business related. So when I come back in town, y'all just get your favorite restaurants ready because I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be in there. But I did want to say a few things, Regina, before we slipped into the wheel. Those of you that wish me a happy birthday, whether it be on Facebook, in the school communities, wherever you saw, several of you sent me messages. Want to stop and say thank you. I appreciate it. That was the first time I traveled for my birthday. I've never taken a trip. And it was wonderful. I got to see my kids light up, seeing new things and learning new things. And I have a really bad habit of not taking a break and not resting. And I really needed to just not work. So that's what I did. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I am 100% glad to be back. But let's get into this wheel. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you are new to Sundays with TRM. In the last couple of weeks, it's been a ton of changes. Talya got a school community. Regina's got a school community. I got a school. You get a school community. You get a school. We all got one. So I know that with that, we may have a few people that are new. And so I want to make sure that I'm getting a little feedback somewhere. That I cover all of my William, you better quit it. You as new as grass. All right. So it looks like I've got a little bit of newness. So I'm gonna talk about the wheel. So in the chat, you're going to see a link. There are actually a couple of links in the chat. And those of you that are new to the call, as we share the links to everything we're going to be talking about tonight, you want to make sure you capture those links, whether you are on Facebook or YouTube. And then after the call, you can catch the replay and get all the resources that we discussed tonight on YouTube. So make sure you're following us on YouTube. But let me get into this wheel. All right, so I'm dropping a link on Facebook and on YouTube. Couple ways that you can get on the wheel. Getting on the wheel is your opportunity to win some of the prizes that are given away tonight. A lot of times our service providers will offer a GPT or a digital download or a product as a thank you for being a part of tonight's show. Couple things. You have to be signed up by 7:45. And there are three ways that you can get on the wheel. First, complete the email. The second way is to share tonight's live. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and share the live. As long as you share the live in a public format, y'all are going to get a little feedback, excuse me. As long as you share the live in a public format, so it has to be a public post and in a public group, then we will be able to, I'll be able to see that you've shared the live. Okay. All right. And then the last way is to join our Patreon. We do have a Patreon subscription, and that's where you can get what I consider the best service this side of heaven as it relates to AI, technology, and art. Talya, Regina, myself, we come together to support you through classes, GPTs, and art. So you can become a paid or free member. And I'm going to drop that link in the chat as well. So make sure, so that's 3 entries, all right? 3. Patreon subscription, share the live, or complete the form. Those are your 3 routes to getting an entry. All right. And I think that's it for me. That's it for me in the wheel. Regina?
All right. Okay. So we have a brand new author that is here, and we are excited to have her. She's got a close person on TRM that you don't know if you can see a familiar bond in their faces, but she is her sister, but she is an author of a wonderful book. And I would like to know if Jasmine would like to have TRM love around her when she comes up, or would she like to come up all by herself to talk about her book? And her sister made a decision of look, because it's her sister, she's made the decision on her own.
She took too long to answer. I'm like, she's looking for her mute button.
Yeah, I was. I was looking for my unmute.
Oh,
Yes,
she's looking for an unmute
I
button. I knew
was. I was
she
like,
was.
Wow, just
where
like
is
an
it?
older sister, like boom, she made the
Took too long. We can't see you, Jasmine. If you can, so that
she's.
we can.
I thought I saw her already. Let's see. Let me
Let's
find her.
see.
I have my
Oh,
camera
there she
on.
is. I found her.
Found her.
Yep. There we go.
So Jasmine, welcome to Live Sundays with TRM.
Thank you all for having me.
And how does it feel to be here with this live audience to talk about your book? And there's a couple questions that we always ask. One, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
Tell us how you got to this point. And then two, how does it feel to be an author and have the actual physical copy of your book?
Okay. All right, so I'll start there. So yeah, hello everybody. Like I said again, thank you so much for having me on the show. Yeah, I do. I may be related to somebody on there, She may be an older sister / mini mama junior, but it's okay. So yeah, I love her to death. Definitely look up to my sister. Like I say all the time, everything that I do, usually she's done it first, and I'm like, oh yeah, if she did it, I know I can do it. Now, and she probably hates it when I say that, but I always say it. But yeah, so I'm an educator, almost 16 years in education. Just on the professional side, I have been a general education teacher, a special education teacher, a department head. And I actually got my master's in special education in April of 2023. So now I serve as an educational diagnostician in the school setting. So yeah, that's just a little bit of that. And just a little bit other things about me. I have two beautiful, wild children, teenagers. People look at me and they don't believe it, but I actually have a 16-year-old and an almost 14-year-old daughter, single mother. And, God has just been amazing. God has really blessed me and my family. And the whole purpose behind my book has been just the story of God and what he has done in my life through some really challenging times. At the time that I was dealing with all the things I was dealing with, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit more. I knew at some point I was going to have to write it down, and I may have had a voice in my ear telling me, so when are you going to write your book? So when are you going to write your book? Right. But I really avoided it for a long time until you get to the point where it's like, okay, am I going to be obedient, or am I going to sit in a little bit of misery because I'm so scared to put it out there? So actually holding the book and having it in my hands. I remember when I first got just even my proof copy, I just sat there and cried. I did. I sat and cried in my closet because I was like, whoa, like this thing is like, it's material, it's here. I've put it out there, and now I have to actually let somebody else read it. And now I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. So it's a lot of, it was all those moments of just pushing myself to not only realize that, I do have a story worth telling, but that also that my story is just not mine. Our testimony is not for us to hold on to. God allows things to happen in our lives, but all of it is for his glory. And it's to hopefully motivate and encourage other people or when they go through what we call waiting seasons in life. So I titled it The Waiting Room. That's a little bit about me. Uh-oh, I can't hear anything now.
because
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
because I'm muted. We're going to do a little bit of a step back. I always love to have the author tell a little bit about themselves, but as we always do, Martine has a very, very specific way she likes to do things. She has a bio that she wants to read, and hopefully you won't cry because she did this for you. She wants to introduce you properly. So Martine, here you go.
For sure. All right, a little bit on Jasmine. Jasmine is an author, educator, and devoted mother, a faithful servant in ministry whose life is a living testimony of resilience, surrender, and unwavering faithfulness of God. With over 16 years experience in education, including roles as a teacher, special education teacher, and department lead, and now an educational diagnostician, Jasmine has always been passionate about helping others grow, heal, and realize their God-given potential. We've got a little bit of feedback here. Let's see, check our participant.
I got it.
Thanks. She earned her master's degree in special education in 2023, equipping her to advocate for students with diverse learning needs and empower families through the evaluation process. But behind her professional accomplishment is a deeply personal story marked by perseverance, quiet strength, and divine healing. For years, Jasmine quietly endured the weight of multiple chronic illnesses, including Crohn's disease, chronic high blood pressure, kidney disease, and ultimately kidney failure. After spending years on dialysis, she received a life-saving kidney transplant during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. That season brought her to her knees physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and became a turning point that deepened her surrender to God and reshaped her understanding of trust and peace. Her debut book, The Waiting Room: Lessons in Fear, Faith, and God's Timing, was birthed from that very season. While the idea of writing had been on her heart for years, it wasn't until she said yes to God's promoting that the words began to flow. Through honest, unfiltered storytelling, Jasmine invites readers into the sacred space of waiting, the in-between, where doubt, fear, and faith collide, and where God's presence becomes undeniable. Whether through writing, serving, lifting, or simply showing up with intention, Jasmine is committed to living a life that honors God with honesty and grace. Today, she continues to share her journey with humility and bold faith, reminding others that the waiting isn't wasted, healing is layered, and God's timing, though often mysterious, is always right on time. And I see you're getting some love in the you're getting some love in the chat and on I'm looking at the panels.
With that being said, with the title being The Waiting Room, what did you use that as a metaphor for? When you first started the book, the first writing the book to right now, how are you viewing that?
So for me, The Waiting Room, the title came to me as I sat and reflected. I'll say one thing. Now I journal. Okay. I started journaling really strongly about 2 years ago. Before then, I just talked to myself out loud all the time. Okay. That's just how I navigated, like, because I'm more of an internalizer. So that's how I navigated it. And as I was talking and as I was journaling and talking to myself, as I was reflecting over all those years, I think that's when I realized that I had been in this waiting season, right? I would use the word wait a lot when I was on dialysis. I'm just waiting for my kidney. I'm just waiting for that day. And I had a lot of great days where my faith carried me through. I sing on worship team at my church. I remember getting off the dialysis machine at 7 a.m., doing 4-hour-long street treatments, getting showered, getting dressed, and heading to church to serve on platform. Like it would be, it would be that quick. So it was just all of those little sparks of memories over all those years, and how my body was doing things that you wouldn't think I should have been able to do while carrying so much physically. That's what made me realize, well, this has all just been waiting, but it hasn't been a passive waiting. It's been an active waiting. And God he just kept showing up, even if it wasn't giving me the exact result I wanted when I got it. He still was teaching me so much about endurance and faith and what it means to just wait in a way that you're trusting that it's already been done. I know I had to reach a point even around that 6th year, because I spent a total of 6 years on dialysis. So around that 6th year is when I started to almost lose faith a little bit and was like, okay, I'm tired. I'm tired. And there were moments where I felt like the only thing that kind of kept me going was my kids. Because it was just so hard. Like my face was puffy, and I still worked full time too. Okay. I still worked full time throughout that whole journey. But it was still that push. It was those moments that I realized, but I didn't give up, but I didn't die, but he still kept me. It's all the buts through it all that I realized that, okay, it made me think about it. And also in a literal sense, I thought about all the times I've been in a hospital waiting room. I talk about it in the book, but I've had, oh my goodness, hundreds of hospitalizations over the years. I've been on a ventilator before COVID where they didn't know if I was going to wake up. I had a mild stroke. Like, I have literally been through everything that I shouldn't. I have a good friend who says, you died 3 times. Okay. She always that's how she likes to introduce my best friend. She died 3 times. Y'all tell them your testimony, So, all of that, to be able to have that story to encourage others, to me, it just makes it all worth it, and it really does. I would not take back one step of the journey if me living any other life would not have brought me this close to God. Yeah.
Amen. Amen. I think the thing that I love about how you even tell your testimony is the joy that you have in your voice. That you are able to still tell about the waiting and how you died 3 times, and still there is a joy that exudes from your voice. Even with all that you've been through, that is your tone of voice is your testimony. And you are able to put that inside, showing the trials and tribulations and all of the things, you're able to place that into this work of art in your book, The Waiting Room. And that is so appreciated. That is so appreciated. Talya, do you have a question for her?
I'm sitting over here trying not to be emotional, and I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. But there is a moment in your book where you said healing isn't the end of the story. Can you unpack that a little bit for us?
Oh my goodness. Healing was not the end of the story. And for me, I spent all the years I spent waiting on dialysis was me waiting for the kidney, because then I said, well, once I get this kidney transplant, my life will start over. All the problems will go away and everything will be great because I'll have energy again. I'll be able to work out. I don't have to watch what I eat. I don't have to worry about if I drink too much water, I'm going to choke in my lungs and die, and those things did happen. I got my strength back. I started my fitness journey and I've never really had a thing about how I looked, but I had been weak for so long physically. I broke my kneecap tripping in the store, okay, while on dialysis, straight down the middle, just tripping. That's how weak my bones were. So I wanted to feel strong again, and I started my fitness journey. I did all these things that I never thought I'd be able to. Even going to get my master's degree, never thought I'd be able to do that. So I got to experience that, but then I learned something about myself on the other side of the physical healing, which was that I spent so much of my life being physically sick that I had not left a lot of room for emotional development. I hadn't left a lot of room for some parts of spiritual development other than praying for a kidney and waiting on God to move, right? I hadn't really grown in those areas. So, how life goes and how the enemy likes to put things in your ear. I started to falter in those areas. So now my physical health is on point, but I'm struggling with my relationships. I'm struggling with maintaining friendships. I'm struggling within my family, just with my self-identity and what do I like to do? Where do I want to go? I bought a home and didn't decorate it. I just was existing, on the creative side of me. And I realized I don't even know who I am. So it created a lot of tension. I ended up having to get in therapy for the first time. You would have thought I would have been in therapy throughout the dialysis. No, I did not get in therapy till I became physically healthy and realized I was very emotionally sick. So that's why I say that healing was not the end of the journey for me. It was the beginning of something new. you know, which to me is life. Life is, I say all the time, my journey also was not linear. It didn't just go, my journey has been like this, right? It's kept me on my toes. So yeah, so it definitely, the healing, it's always gratefulness, always thankful, but realizing, hey, you never finish growing. You never finish learning. The enemy never stops attacking. So you have to go back to your source, and you have to keep on trusting and leaning and working on yourself in those other ways. Yeah. I'm still a work in progress. Even today, 5 years later, still a work in progress.
You might be a work in progress, but you have a light about you that shines so bright, and it's crazy. Like I'm sitting over here and I'm like, people have things that they go through daily, you know. But to read the parts of your book that I read, I haven't read the entire thing. I'm working through it. But the pieces that I did read, I like got so emotional, like, because I know some of the things that I've been through, but to read and to know Martine and know, you know, some of the things, because we've talked about it before, some of the things that you have been through, it is amazing to see you still standing. And I mean standing tall, not standing, you know, still worried, still stressing, still like you have this absolute aura about you that says, he did the right thing when he saved me. He did that because now I can stand here and give my testimony in a way that no one else will be able to tell this story but me. And yeah, I don't know how you're doing it, but it's
God and God alone. I'm telling you, God and God. And look, full transparency. I have my moments. Like even in this season, I have things going on that are out of my control, and I'm having to constantly, when I want to unravel, remind myself, but he got you through that. And he got you through this. He got you. My list of so many ways that he's shown up in the darkness. And it's always been because I didn't know. And I realized that if I knew all that I was going to go through in advance, if I knew it, I would have bowed out. Like, nah, God, I can't handle that. That's why he has to move how he moves, because he knows our heart, right? So I use that even now, not even for other people, but I use my past to help me realize that if that didn't get me down, if sitting in a dialysis center, you know, surrounded by people who were broken. And that was one of the things too that really got me, because eventually I was able to do dialysis at home, which was a huge gift. Just, like I was just able to be with my children, and the nurse came to my home. But that first 2 years, going in that dialysis center and seeing so many people who are broken, seeing people who didn't seem like there was a young lady who would cry through every single treatment. She would just cry. And it's painful and it's uncomfortable. And I started just praying over every person that was in there, including myself. Right. I had to do that to get through it. It was somewhere in there that I realized I'm not going to sit up here and let this bring me down. I'm going to keep on smiling. I'm going to keep on going because God is still good. And I'm going to keep on worshiping, and I'm going to keep on serving in ministry at church. I'm going to keep on sharing my testimony whenever I get the opportunity. Crazy part about it is, see, God be tripping sometimes because I'm such an introvert. And I'm like, you gave this story to somebody that doesn't like to talk to people, God. Wait, I'm not an extrovert. I'm very private. And that was the other hard thing about putting some of the things that I did end up putting in the book. I rewrote the book 4 times because every time I finished it, God said, "You're still not being transparent enough. You're not being honest enough. You're trying to make it. You're trying to put like a nice little icing on top of your story." But it was raw. You need to be raw. You need to be unfiltered, because not only is it going to help people, but it's going to be so healing for you. And it has been. Oh my goodness. It's been so healing. Yeah, for sure.
So, Jasmine, one of the reasons I wanted you to come on is, you know, most, if not all of we've got some folks who are hobbyists, but we've got a lot of folks who are running businesses, who are dealing with health issues, or, you know, they played the role that our family played. You know, they're actively caregiving, right? And so I thought it was important that our audience hear and connect to a resource to how to navigate that, especially while you're still trying to build and grow a business. Because I think there's this mindset, like many women carry like this attitude of like, we have to be strong, right? And that when you're waiting, the word like waiting for a better outcome or for things to get better and strength go together. And so my question for you is, what would you say to someone, what would you say to our entrepreneurs, our budding entrepreneurs who are struggling with their own health issues or are supporting other people who are? What would you say to them? You know, what would you say to someone who's breaking down but afraid to let go of that being strong image?
Oh my goodness. What I'd say is probably what I had to do, which was allow yourself a space to feel what you feel. Pretending like you don't feel it or that you don't have a right to feel it is the worst thing you can do, because then you work even harder to pretend even longer, right? So allow yourself that feeling. I used to say to myself when I would have rough times trying to navigate all the things, trying to work for myself, work for the business, work for my children. And I would have really low days where I would have exactly that feeling of I have to be strong. I have to keep going. And it would bring me down. And then at some point in the day, I say, okay, so today is the day that I'm going to be sad. I'm going to allow myself to feel all the feelings. I'm going to scream and yell it out to God today. But when I go to sleep and when I wake up tomorrow, I'm not carrying it into the next day, right? I'm not going to carry it with me. I'm going to surrender it. Now, I don't know everyone's journey, but for me personally, I stay in my scripture because my scripture talks so much about joy and suffering. It talks about peace in the middle of chaos, right? It talks about literally just leaning on God and he will give you peace. So I had to get to the point of, for me, realizing that my peace does not come from my circumstances working out the way that I want them to, because I don't have truly any control over it anyway. But if I just surrender it to God, he will give me peace in spite of it. My favorite song is Firm Foundation. I still got joy in chaos. I have peace that makes no sense, right? I won't be going under, you know, um, because I know whose I'm for, right? So that just on a more emotional or spiritual aspect, because once the enemy gets our mind, once the enemy gets us to believe that we're failing because we're just not strong enough, or because too many things up against us, we've lost, right? So I just reject the belief, but I allow myself to feel the feeling, right? My sister can attest, because even now, sometimes I'll have a moment and I'll be upset about something, and I'll call her and I'll be just, and because the other thing I had to learn about myself was that I don't cry. And unfortunately, I learned that from my 13-year-old daughter, who is very sensitive, who is an emotional person, right? And she eventually told me one day, she said, Mom, I feel like I get my strength from you and my sensitivity from my dad, because he's a crier and you're strong. So, because you don't cry. And I felt so bad. And I said, let me conjure up some tears. Like, I do cry, right? I do cry, or I do have sad moments, but I realized in that moment that I have been trying to be so strong and keep going, that's even modeling for my daughter. I modeled for her that true strength is to persevere with a smile on your face and reject being sad. So when I would have a sad moment, I would do it in private, away from her, so that she wouldn't see it. So that's the other part of it. Embrace your community, whether it's your children, your parents, your friends. Don't try to do it alone. Isolation is hard, and I've had seasons of isolating myself, and it brought me lower and lower. I talk about in my book also my struggle with alcohol. I've struggled with that on and off in different seasons of my life. Post transplant, we ain't talking about post transplant, with then feeling the shame and guilt of not feeling like I'm stewarding the gift well enough that he gave me, right? So I would isolate myself. I'd fall into drinking a little bit more in order to navigate the tough feelings attached to it. Something else I had to surrender, right? So that's the only other part of it for me. Having accountability partners, having community, and don't be afraid to feel it, let it out, and make a decision of how long you're going to allow yourself to sit in that place before you are going to keep moving forward. Doesn't mean the feelings don't go away, but you're going to keep moving forward through it. You're not going to stay there and allow the depression and all of that seep in and take over. Yeah.
You started talking about isolation. A lot of the people who are on this call, they are solo entrepreneurs. They're working in isolation. They are all, quote unquote, grinding to get things done, right? A lot of them deal with perfectionism, hypercritical of everything that they do. I think that reading this book will help them show how you work through those things.
Mhm.
You give them some words of encouragement so that they can reach out to their communities, so that they won't stay isolated, to be able to connect with the people that they are with to
Mhm.
help them get past that isolation. Because a lot of times, we're online. We're like, hey, this is great. This is how
Mhm.
you do this. This is, we're painting the picture of the perfectionism, and it's not always pretty.
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
always pretty. So can you help with that?
Yeah. Speaking as an introvert who always, I've said before, I build my friendships on some extroverted person who finds me and says, "I pick you." Like that's how I build friendships in the past. Um, but one piece of advice that I'd give is think about who's already in your life, and if you have no one, like if you really feel like you don't have anyone that you trust to take it to that next level outside, especially outside of the online platform. And I do think the online platform is great. In certain seasons, I would do a lot of just I would join different groups online, like Black single mothers, and and I would connect people on there. But I really got my bang for my buck when I decided to get involved in a community organization. For me, it was church. For me, it was serving and singing, because you kind of develop a fellowship amongst the people that you do something similar to outside of that. And so I developed, like, some of my closest friends now, I developed just through singing with them at church, right? Because we have this common thread and aligned. But it doesn't even have to be that. It can be just other, also other just different community organizations or activities that other people do. One of the things that I did do when I first moved here, which was super hard, was I joined an introverted girls group on Facebook. And I actually went to a few of the activities with them. And we all sat there as introverted and shy as all get out. But we forced ourselves out of our own, uncomfortable, our own comfort zones, to do that. So it's going to take a little bit of being bold, a little bit of being willing to be uncomfortable, depending on what your personality type is, and just try. And if one connection does not seem like a good connection, that's okay. You got their number. It might be something different. You move on to the next thing. You just move. You move on to the next opportunity to get to know a different set of people. What you don't want to do is decide that I'm just not built for that. That's just not what I'm built for, because there's an Adam and an Eve, okay? Like we're all no, I don't think any human being really has the mental capacity to just live out life completely by themselves. And I could be wrong. That's just my feeling. That just without interacting with anyone. That's why we have solitary confinement in the jail, because you want to drive people crazy, right? So we have to be intentional. We can't, and I tell my 15-year-old son, my 16-year-old son this too, because he's a severe introvert. You can't wait. You can't just wait for someone to decide to pick you all the time. Okay. You can't just wait. You have to go ahead and put yourself out there, and some connections are going to work and some aren't. But yeah, building community, and for me it wasn't always perfect. In this last couple of years, I've built great friendships. I've had horrible friendship breakups, right? I've had one that stood the test of time. So accept the fact that just like whether romantic or platonic or whatever, when it comes to building relationships, that's a journey within itself. But to me, it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah.
So all of y'all being quiet in these school communities, I heard you say it's time for you to start posting, talking, and not just reading and hitting the download button when you see something that's free that you like. Because that's the only way you're gonna get better. So I really appreciate you for highlighting the importance of relationships.
Mhm.
In our world, Jasmine, we've got lots of folks who are building these communities, and I'm really hoping that people are hearing you when you say, if you want to grow and want to be uh strengthen your connection to your work and your business, you also are going to have to do that through connecting to other people. I don't know about Talya and Regina, but I don't think I'd be doing half of what I'm doing right now if it wasn't for the community that I have with them. So I'm really, really glad that you highlighted that, because when you are ill, especially because with Jasmine, look at her. She's always looked, she was a little bit puffier, right? But she's pretty much looked the same. And so she was very, very ill, and most people, she probably, you really needed a handicap sticker. I'm glad she didn't have one, but she needed one at one point.
Yeah.
But she would have fought. She would have to fight people because they wouldn't have believed that she was as sick as she was. And so, yeah, please, 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 guys, if you're gonna move forward, especially if you've got a lot of challenges going on, you got to stay connected. But thank you for sharing that.
I'll just add this little piece to it. When it came to this book, when I finally sat down and started to, because really the book was built from my journals. I used my journals to build my book. I used ChatGPT to help me organize it. But I used my journals, and once I wrote my introduction, I read it to one of my close friends who wasn't there through the journey. I didn't meet her till the other side, and she cried and cried and cried. And that's when I knew I had to keep writing, right? I had to keep writing because all I did was read the introduction, and that motivated me. So there you go.
I absolutely love it.
Y'all don't want me to talk because I'm gonna start crying, so I'm just gonna stay on mute.
With this book being a legacy a project, and the fact that you even honor your kidney donor, what do you hope that this book gives someone who is currently in their own waiting room?
Oof, hope. I hope it gives hope. I hope it, no matter where their relationship is, I hope that it points them towards Christ in a deeper way, or at all. I hope that it helps them to see that regardless of what you are going through, you can feel alone if you choose to, but you're not doing it alone, right? So it's kind of like that aloneness is almost it's a choice. And more than anything, that regardless of what's happening in your life, God loves you. He's there for you. He has you covered, even if it doesn't always feel like that, because our flesh wants comfort. Our flesh just often does not want to experience trials or tribulations, especially when you look in the world and it feels like other people are dealing with things that you did, like that you have to deal with, and they're not dealing with it. And you're like, well, that's not fair, so that would probably be the biggest thing. One of my, and I'm going to post about him soon. I've been developing my following on TikTok, and more mainly TikTok, a little bit of Instagram. But one of my little kidney warriors, he got a transplant a couple of years ago. He's 8 years old, and I gave a testimony at his church, and his mom was there, and she wouldn't let me leave, okay, until she saw me and loved up on me, and we exchanged numbers. He was in the hospital 2 weeks later, and she reached out, and I was at that hospital because he was facing rejection at 8 years old, right? And so within that too, my hope for people specifically who may read the book, who are on dialysis or who have family members who have gone through kidney struggles and health related, even to cancers, things like that, I'm hoping that it helps them to take a look around them at their communities, find a light as well, to start telling their own stories more as well, right? Because all of us have a story. I say all of us, kidney warriors, Crohn's warriors, because I don't talk enough about the Crohn's part. I really don't. That was the first thing that almost took me out. I got to about 100 pounds in 2013 from being diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So, so just this, that's the main thing. I just want people to know, like, keep on living and watch what God's going to do. Keep living.
Yeah, I love it. I really love everything that you're saying, because there's certain people that they're going through their own struggles and they're going through their own pains, and they're still waiting on God to hear from God. What advice would you have for them, if they're like, God, do you even hear me? Do you even, I'm waiting for you. I'm in my own personal waiting room, and I feel like you don't hear me. What, during your struggle, and what piece of advice you have during your struggles and what you went through, can you give them while they're sitting in their waiting room currently?
Mm-hmm. I think just gaining from my experience, I'd say that, oh God, where are you, God? What's taking so long? God wants us to come to him as raw as we need to, right? Number one. And I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning the process, right? Like saying, hey, God, what's going on? You're not moving. In this season right now, I've been saying, God, what's going on? You're not moving. Now you told me to do this in February, and I'm saying nothing happened. But also my encouragement is God is always talking. So it's not always that we're getting the answers we want in our timing, but it's all about his timing that he knows that's best for us, right? So I think my advice would be to read more, pray more, and not pray specifically just asking for an answer or the timeline. Just pray. Just talk to him, right? Read your word, get in there. Look, and one of the biggest things that I would do is if I'm feeling bad, I'm looking for a story in the Bible that connects to me. Okay. So like I'm looking for something that connects to what I'm doing. Someone in the Bible who had to wait on the Lord, right? I've read through the book of Job and all he went through and how God redeemed him in the end. Like I'm really, those are the type of things that I would have no choice but to recommend people doing, because those are the type of things that I had to do to keep myself encouraged and not falling into that pit of just feeling like God has abandoned me. Right. Because he never did. He never abandoned me. And this may be a tough thing for people to hear, but I think the last thing that really helped me to just keep going was my dad. He passed away in 2016, was it? From pancreatic cancer. And one of the last things that he said was that I remember him saying is, I don't want to go, but if it's God's time for me to go, I accept what God allows. So the last part for me in that, and that I would encourage other people is that, well, I'll just say what I had to take on for myself is if God never does another thing for me based on what I want, he's already done enough. Because I know if I'm not here, I know where I'm going to be anyway. I know that at the end of the day, God just, his ways are not our ways, right? So whether the healing is on this side or whether it's on the other side, I am blessed either way. So I had to get to that level of resolute, of not feeling like God answering me is the key to my joy, my peace, my happiness, my healing. God being God is the key to all of those things. Just him being God. Whatever happens in the flesh is just what happens in the flesh. Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to hold. Martine, can you take over from here for a minute?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So first I want to say thank you, Jasmine, for coming. I probably did a little bit of big sister finagling to have her come on, and you said it, I did a round of big sister finagling to get this book in print because I knew it was a story that needs to be told. Guys, in the chat, I dropped two things. One she doesn't know about, but she's finding out now because this is how you do when you're the big sister.
Oh God.
Jasmine has been wanting to share this story. I think this is the first time you've done it in this kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys can connect with her on TikTok. Just shoot her a DM if you've got something you want her to speak at or connect to virtually. She's in the Dallas Fort Worth area, but she's got big kids now. She don't have little kids like me,
I
so
leave
who
them home and I
knows?
be gone. Okay.
Nah, who knows? Who knows? So you can connect with her there. In regards to the book, I also put the link to the book in the chat. I
Yes.
think being a caregiver on the outside. Mm, and I'm gonna say co-caregiver because my mom was really frontline, and then I would consider myself a second in line or filler. So if it took, if I had the days and my mama didn't have the days, then we'd switch out.
And that's considering everyone that I started dialysis when my kids were 3 and 5.
Right. And
But they were,
this the year my dad was dying. So the year my dad was dying, we knew
yeah.
he was gonna die. She started dialysis.
Yeah. We found out he
So
was dying in July. I started dialysis in December that same
yeah,
year.
yeah. So ooh, and so whether you're the person going through it, you're caregiving for someone, I think the book is a good opportunity to give you hope. And I always, Jasmine, I always do two things. If I talk about her story separate from her, I always get her permission. She always says yes. But also, I think the book would just help people understand this concept around long suffering.
Mhm.
Because it was like 6 or 7 years, and we kicked it off with our dad dying. That's kind of how it started. It was like he got sick, and my sister got sick, and then it was just year after year. Nothing felt like it was changing. But it was also. I want to add, personally, I thought it was the worst thing ever that she would get a transplant during the pandemic. I was like, this is the most terrible thing ever. She's going into a hospital where tons of people haven't been coming out of all year long. This was 6 months into 2020, it seems like, right?
Yep.
And boy, did I have it wrong. It was probably the best moment, because their procedures were stricter, their rules were stricter. And so, if you're caregiving and you're trying to, better understand the person you're caring for, I think this is a great book for that. If you have someone that's just, chronic illness is so invisible and it just doesn't stop. I think this is a good opportunity to kind of help them navigate that.
Yeah.
I only have one last question. Um, uh, is there any opportunities maybe to do a book study or something like that? Would you be open to that?
Absolutely. I have been actually playing around with a journal.
Okay.
Because I started my journey by journaling, right?
Okay.
Like I got to the book from journaling. So I think that's the next step. Like I've done a few like really rough drafts, and but I haven't circled back around to really get it where I'm solid and I feel confident in it. But I know that that's the next step for me, is to create a companion journal with prompts, guiding questions, scriptures, to help that helped me to walk through the journey, to help encourage others, and some action steps as well. Even in the book, I include at the very end, I include some I hope to be pretty practical action steps, to help people as they continue to journey on and go through. So yeah, that's the and even just being on here today has helped me to be like, okay, yeah, I need to go ahead and get my journal up and going. That's the next step. Yeah.
So you guys follow Jasmine at Worship with Jazz on TikTok, and that way when she makes her announcement about her journal and book study and school community, see how I slid that in there? I do her like this all the time.
All the time.
I do this. I do it. I do this to her all the time.
Jasmine, you're not alone. She does it to us as well.
Yes, I've expanded my sister group. You just didn't know. I'm gonna slide it on in. So we I appreciate you for being here. I was telling the team, it feels like it was yesterday, but it also feels like it was a long time ago. And so it's been really therapeutic for me to hear you talk about kind of where you were and where you are now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for the lives that are going to get changed by the waiting room.
Yeah. And I appreciate you all for having me on. It's weird because it's not that I don't like sharing my testimony. I just get nervous because I want to make sure I'm speaking well, on my Jesus, I want to make sure that I'm speaking with integrity and from a real place. But every time, as soon as I get started talking, I'm fine. So I do. I appreciate you guys for having me on. I appreciate all the feedback, and I just encourage everyone, if you share it, just to get it out there. That's my goal. And I'm also, I think I get my first little bit of royalties at the end of July. I released the book in May, so I get a little bit, and I am donating a percentage of it to the National Kidney Fund, because Lord knows I didn't have to pay for health insurance or anything, because the National Kidney Foundation funded my Medicare for many of the years that I was on dialysis. So just another small way that God was still working. So I want to make sure that I pour back and also, pay it forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. I remember when Martine first said that you were going to be coming on, and I asked her, had she read your book? And she said, no. She said, I don't even think I want to read it because I was
I
there.
would that too. Yeah, she told me that too.
She said, I was there. She said, I lived it with her. I don't think I want to read it.
Yeah.
So even when I got started, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, she was there. And I mean, in the last, and I've been here in Dallas for 10, 11 years now. And all these years, my sister and I have really developed a really close relationship. Like, you know, she went to college. I was 3 years, I'm 3 years younger than her. So she's old and I'm young, you know. So, so this last 11 years, we've had so many sister conversations about, you know, so many things. So yeah, I'll tell you this though. My mom sure read it because she'd be reminding me of what I put in that book. Okay. Well, in your book, you said, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Okay. Slow it down. Oh, mamas, I tell you. Oh,
She did.
yes, she has. That's how I found out she read it for real. I was like, oh, you read that? Oh, all right. Yeah.
Oh Lord. So my mom is an extrovert, y'all. Our mom is an extrovert, so I know she definitely read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I could not. So I was like, what I'm not going to be doing is boo-hooing from wall to wall. But I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this next chapter and what you're doing. And this is gonna be good. It's already good.
Yeah.
Because I
And I
still
mean, and I'm gonna keep, and I'm still journaling, and I'm still writing, and life is still lifing. So, you know, I already know that the next book is going to be all about the refining season. I already know God has already given that to me. So it's gonna be about the refining. Just, oof, yeah.
so that one was the waiting room. So this time you're gonna be in the elevator. That's what's next.
Yeah, yes.
yes. I like
I
it.
wait no more. I mean, we always are waiting.
We in the elevator. We in the elevator.
There we go.
We got a
Absolutely.
question from Diana today. If we can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, Jasmine. So I will
Hello.
always remember you because my daughter's name is Jasmine, and it's so crazy. I went to the doctor on Friday because I got hurt at school, the end of the school year. And so I asked the nurse, I said, "How you doing today?" And she started telling me, and so she was saying that she had kidney disease. And that was this Friday. And so she was like, I don't think I'm gonna try to get any type of surgery. And I was like, why not? I said, we need the people, in this world. You can't give up. And I said, I asked her, I said, do you have, are you in any type of like support group? So I'm just saying that to say that I really feel like, people really need to hear your story and hear your book. And I'm pulling for like my little brain trying to say, no, we need good people. I said, well, I want you to try to look out and see if you can find somebody because you can only figure out what you can figure out, but
Mhm.
I said, have you ever tried doing some chat GPT? I said, because sometimes the doctors they don't know everything. I said, you just keep on taking these little nuggets and little nuggets. So my question is to you, when in your book, do you talk about any type of like when you had surgery, your recovery and stuff like that? Do you talk about that in your book? Because she was saying because it's hereditary with her,
Mhm.
that she still would have some kind of scarring. And I was like, but you don't know. You need to talk to people to find out, what somebody else's prognosis was or somebody else's perception. So that's
Mhm.
it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. So in my book, I do talk about the specific kidney disease that I have. I don't go into great detail, but when you mentioned about surgery and scarring, the disease I have is, and I still have the kidney disease to this day. Let me clear that up. Like I got the transplant, but I have, which with your friend has something that's hereditary. I don't know if it's polycystic kidney, disease or anything like that, but mine was called IgA nephropathy, and it's where protein doesn't filter correctly out of your kidney. So even this new kidney may not last forever because that IgA can still come back and just take this kidney out the way it took the other one out. It's, I don't have a lot of control over it. So I do talk about it in the book. I talk about the recovery from the transplant surgery. Now I never had other than having a biopsy to like just find out that I had a kidney disease when I was 14. I didn't have any specific surgeries for the kidney disease. I just had the kidney transplant surgery. And I don't go into a whole lot of detail just on literal recovery process in the book. But based on what you're telling me, I mean, I know my information is in there. You are definitely, I would encourage you to send me a message on one of my platforms. And one thing I have done is I connected with a few people who are either on dialysis or who have kidney problems just through serving in ministry and people finding out my story. And I've talked to some of them on the phone. We get on the phone, we talk, and the most recent young lady I talked to, she was like, oh my God, this is the first time I feel like I've had a conversation with someone who understands. Right. So that would be probably my encouragement there. Definitely. I still think the book would be beneficial even to her. But yeah, if it's a situation where she has some things going on similar to the type of kidney issues that I've had, I'm always, I could connect with you outside of this to talk a little bit more about that.
I'm gonna go back to the office and give her your information.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure. No problem.
Well, that was absolutely amazing. I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on, giving your testimony about this amazing book that you've written. And it wasn't much of a twist, even though your sister says it was she did some twisting. It wasn't much of a twist. We said
She
yes.
knows all she have to do is say, Jazz, coming on here? Yeah.
Yeah, same with us. She was like, "Oh, my sister has a book," and we were like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. We'll read it." And we brought you right on up once we knew exactly what it was about, and we knew that this is something that everyone needed to know about. So this was absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for telling everybody about your story. It has been absolutely amazing having you on. Everyone, please, if you know anyone, so let's talk about this. There's something that came to me. If you know someone who is going through a chronic illness, someone, even if it is mental, physical, they're going through something that has been prolonged, um, get this book for them. They need to read someone's testimony to show them that they went through something and they came out on the other end.
Yeah.
Because it can happen. It can. She is a walking, breathing testimony of that.
Absolutely.
This is an amazing story. This is an amazing story. Take the time. Uh, it's the one thing that when I was reading the book, especially for those who suffer with perfectionism, that section spoke to me.
Yeah.
It was a testimony for me. And I just want you to know that. It was just absolutely amazing to read. Um, and to see how you just picked yourself up and kept going, no matter what. And the thought that you would go from dialysis to going to choir practice. And I know from a person who used to go to choir practice what that takes.
Yeah.
And most dialysis patients go to sleep.
They go to
Yeah,
sleep.
Martine. So, people be going to sleep, right? Like I sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, they would go to sleep. They go night. They get some
Mhm.
rest. Their body's been through a trauma for the third time this week.
That is such a testimony. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for showing us. And everybody's story is different, but this is an amazing story, and we really appreciate you coming on. We really, really do.
Thank you.
And when you drop that journal and start that school community, look, as I always do, side eye. We're gonna have you back on.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here for it.
All right.
I'm here for it. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we're happy. We're happy that you came on. We're happy that you're here. We can't wait to see what your next project is going to be. Dion, you have your hand up. You have a question?
I just wanted to comment, Miss
Okay.
Jasmine, and thank you so much for sharing your story. I have an older cousin who's one of my first cousins, just like my brother, just like my big brother. And he has been on dialysis for years. And now he's been in a situation where if he doesn't get a new kidney, if he doesn't get a liver, they said he won't make it to see the snowfall. So this was right on time.
Yeah.
To grab this book for him. I'm waiting for you to create the school community so I can make sure he gets in the school community.
Absolutely.
Get the journal so I can make sure he's getting the journal and he's doing the things. His mother's a pastor. I'm like, we're all faith-filled family. So it's not that we don't believe, not that we ain't been praying, but you always have that question.
Yeah.
Like, why God? Why? Why me? What did I do to have to go through this? And you think the situation, like, it's unfair. Like, I'm not even a bad person. There's so many things that you think about. And I promise you, my daughter's only 3 and she calls him uncle. We call him, his name is Charles, but we call him Ham. And she's like, Uncle Ham, Uncle Ham. And, she's talking to him on the phone and it just delighted him because he's just like, she has so much life and energy. But after I hung up the phone with him, it was just like, what if this is the last time I get a chance to even talk to him? So this story touched me in more ways than you can even imagine. My mom actually suffered from kidney disease. I could go on and on forever, but I want to thank you so much for being brave enough to come and share your story and allowing God to use you to help other people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll be praying for him as well. You said that's your uncle? Your uncle?
He's my cousin.
Your cousin.
He's my cousin.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be praying for him as well. Because everything you said, I'm like, yep, I said that. I've said that. I've said that. And I'm gonna pray for a divine healing, for a miracle, and for strength and yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then shout out to TRM. This is not just a community about AI and arts. This is a spiritual community. This is a family.
Yeah.
This thing that y'all have built is unstoppable. I can't wait to see where it goes. You ladies are phenomenal. You take care of your whole community. You love on us. You pray for us. You talk to us. You political thing, whatever we need to talk about, y'all are always there. And we love you for that.
Thank you, Dion. We really appreciate it. Thank you for coming
Thank
up
you,
and giving
Dion.
that comment. Jasmine, thank you once again for coming on. We really appreciate you, and this was absolutely, definitely needed. And your book is absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing your testimony and letting all of us see your brilliance. We can't wait to see what's next for you. And we
Absolutely.
appreciate having you with us. And we are about to move on to our next um person, which is going to be your sister. Your sister is coming up. She is coming up right behind you.
Yeah, Miss
So,
Lula has her sister on tonight too, so it's a sister kind of
it's a
night.
sister night.
Yeah. So thank you, darling. Thank you. My kids have the best timing. Thank you for my chips. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm on a call. Thank you, girl. They have the absolute best timing. They only come on when I have to start talking to someone.
Hey,
Good evening,
Charlotte.
everybody. Right? Oh man, they get me every time. Good evening, everybody. So I'm so glad that Jasmine was able to come on tonight. Clearly I didn't do my page right, but y'all just ignore that. I'm gonna talk about keeping this conversation going around community. All right. So as you guys have probably noticed, because we've been announcing in layers, Talya, Regina, myself, we've all built some communities to just niche down a little bit, kind of give you a place day to day to have more focused conversations. Right now, I'm actually hosting a community challenge that I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk to you about. It's called the 31-day challenge. It is a social media challenge, and we are asking our community to post one time a day for 31 days. All right. Now, you could just do it with us, in isolation. But like Jasmine said, you're not going to really be able to grow that way. Okay. And so I highly recommend that you join the community to get content ideas, to engage. The other part, other than you posting consistently, all of these platforms want your time. So yes, you can share your link, but it doesn't mean a hill of beans if you're not commenting, reposting, and sharing other people's posts. It takes the two things coming together for you to have progress, not perfection, not going viral, but progress as it relates to social media. So, this is my way of formally inviting everyone. We kick off on August the 1st, but there's no reason to wait. In the community, I have already started dropping documents and strategies and tips that you guys can use to help you really just get more consistent. We're just focusing on posting. Okay. Now, the second layer to this. All right. So that's what we're doing in the community wise. But the second layer to all of this is I'm actually teaching a class. And I want to talk to you about the class as well before I do a handoff. There are tons of tips and tricks and strategies. In the last couple of months, I have been talking ad nauseum over and over and over again about SEO, keywords, and SEO just means search engine optimized. It's a process that we take to make sure that your products get found on your websites, in your Etsy shop. But what a lot of folks don't know is that your social media content should also be SEO optimized. All right? Your social media should be SEO optimized. In particular, if you use TikTok and Instagram, okay? You want the algorithm to push your content out to the people who want to see it. The way to do that is by making sure that you have the right SEO strategy in place, okay? So we're gonna just post every day all month, but if you want in-depth strategies on how to embed SEO into your social media content, you should grab the class. Okay, Patreon subscribers, it is your TRM approved class this month because your girl only do one class a month because that's all I got capacity for. Okay, if you're a part of TRM, if you want to be a part of TRM, you're gonna get all of our classes from the team this month. Okay, so you get Talya's class, Regina's class, and my class for this month. Okay, and you'll get it all for one low rate. That is the more affordable option in the long run. And my folks who've done this in the past, because you'll buy 2 of our classes and then realize you just could have paid for TRM and gotten all 3. But I digress. For cheaper, much cheaper actually. But if you're saying, hey, that's not my budget right now, that's okay. You can grab this class and this class only. I have a special $20 off. But I only have so many coupons. So once I'm out, I'm out. Okay. So 2 things. If you're wanting to just get more consistent, join the community. Okay. If you're wanting to really dial in and start tapping into strategies, I've done a lot of research on these strategies. I've been testing them out. They are working. And if you want me to share those strategies with you, then you need to join either TRM Learning, our Patreon subscription, or you need to join the class. All right. Are there any questions for me about any of that? I'm headed to Facebook in just a second to drop those same links so that you guys have those links as well. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to tell on myself. The products that have performed the best, my best performing products, I was posting so consistently that it was ridiculous. My worst performing products or services are my lowest sales. Not so much. It takes anywhere from 7 to 10 times for someone to decide if they're going to make a buying purchase. So if you only put your product out there one time, the answer is no. I don't know no other way to say it, but the answer is no. So you've got to be more consistent. It's not just about selling products. It's about how you're going to offer value, how you're going to keep people informed, entertained, and inspired, right? So that's what I have going on, Miss Regina. You guys pick your poison, all right? You pick your poison. Either join the community and just post, or join the community and grab the class or the Patreon subscription so that you can really dial in on your strategy and make some meaningful progress. That's it for me.
Well, I love it. I love the fact that Martine is challenging us to get out of our own way. And honestly, just like she said, having us be a part of TRM is the best bang for your buck, right? You get all 3 of our classes, our TRM approved classes for the month. And, Martine is going to start us off with the biggest bang, which is learning how to do this thing with Instagram, because we all know that eventually the tick of the talk is going away. You guys do understand that. So we need to learn that other platform, and get it up and moving. And we really need to know SEO, period. How it moves, how it grows, and how to grow and do our thing with SEO. And she, if I don't know if you guys have ever taken a class with Martine, but she does a really big, great deep dive into all of her subjects. And you learn so much with her. She is such a great instructor, and she really makes sure that you learn things, well, they said from tip to stern. And she just makes sure that you just really know how to do everything when she teaches her classes. And she's going to teach us that new software, Edits. If you guys have not used Edits, she's going to teach you Edits.
And it's a free app.
And it's a free app.
Well, for now, because y'all know how this game is played. Y'all know how this game is played. For now.
I only used it once, and I was like, "Girl, you need somebody to teach you how to do that." Let's put that away. So I'm so glad that Martine is going to teach me how to use Edits, because girl.
Regina. Don't tell nobody. We're gonna just keep it between the 2 of us.
Okay,
so
all right.
I found out that there's this huge connection between Pinterest and Instagram. I know you're a Pinterest girl.
Okay,
so I'm gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that in the class.
We're gonna talk about that in the class. Yes, I was like, that's a thing. I didn't know. And we're gonna talk about why it's a thing in the class. I'm not gonna I'm gonna share it because I think the students need to know. I don't have the capacity to deploy it this month, but there is a thing between Pinterest and Instagram that is huge. So
don't tell them. Don't tell them. They're not
in the class.
Don't tell them.
In the class.
They don't need to know.
They'll be in the class. But I know you're a Pinterest queen, so
yeah.
You're gonna.
I'm excited.
So Martine said y'all ain't heard it from her. That's what she said. Y'all ain't hear from me.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this class. And remember, we do what's called layering. So Martine is going to start you guys off so you guys learn how to do Instagram, right? Then, who said I was a hater? I saw a hater. I didn't even see who that comment was, but I did see Regina's a hater.
She said, "Don't be a hater." She said, "Don't be one." That's what she said.
We do what's called layering.
Ebony would never call you a hater, Regina.
Never call me we do what's called layering. So what happens is Martine comes in and she gives you she's going to show you how to use Instagram. And she's going to show you how to do the SEO, all the connections, get your information out there and all of those things, right? Then Talia's going to come in and she's going to take you from digital to physical. She's going to have your products where you can create them. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to show you how to do that mid-journey video. So you'll be able to do all those things. And I'll drop the link tomorrow during Mid-Journey Mondays. It's not happening today. It's just not, didn't happen.
Hey.
So Regina, if I understand it right, by the end of the month, if a person was brand new off the street, by the end of the month, they could have a digital or physical, beautiful product that they can effectively market on social media.
That's correct. That's
digital and physical, not
yeah,
in
digital
order. We're gonna
and
do both.
yeah, yes,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's why it is such a great value to have and to be a part of TRM learning. See what I did there? You see how I circled that on around? Yeah. See what I did there?
Like
All right. All right. As we move on, I want to talk about this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful creator. TaylorMade is absolutely fabulous. She is always thinking about the next creation. She is always coming up with something special. She is always coming up with the next drop. She is always, I think she's becoming like William in a way where she's like goes to sleep, dreams about it, and then creates it. She hears something in a conversation or sees you working on something and she creates something brand new. Taylor has worked with GPTs for a while now. She's gone through every iteration of GPT creation from when we first started off, when they first launched, to when we were in DALL-E, when we moved to 4.0. Now we are moving into agents. She is doing her thing with Chat GPT. Taylor, before you start, like, well, I'll talk about it when I get to my art, but I just want to let everybody know that it is not easy what she does. It is not easy what any of these GPT creators are doing now because this technology is changing so rapidly that they have to stay up on it constantly. So I am so thrilled to have Taylor back again with her amazing GPT and to show you what she's created. It was so fun to work with. I really enjoyed working with her GPT. She gave us a glimpse of it for anyone that was on last Sunday, or when we did that really quick working session. Okay, don't tussle with us that you were not there. Talya gave complete transparency that we were going to drop the link in her group. So we played a little bit with the GPT, a little bit. She gave a couple prompts from the GPT and we played with them. So
we had an SREF party.
Yeah, we did. We had an SREF party. We did. So Taylor, can you tell everybody about your wonderful, wonderful GPT?
Hi, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. It's my off day. I'm often. But I'm TaylorMade of Eclectic Creations. We're doing the postcard maker, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you know what? I honestly don't really have an inspiration for the postcard maker. I was, scrolling through Mid-Journey and I'm, in the explore section and I'm just looking at stuff. And there was this one image that stuck out to me. And like she was in Rome or whatever. And I was like, you know what? That will be dope as a postcard. I think that would be dope. Like if we could just make custom postcards, like the crafter and me thought postcards, like that would be dope. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make it. See what's happening. So I had to, first stop, had to throw it to TRM because I wanted to specifically know what Miss Artfully Melanated was gonna do with it because she's always doing something. So I'm like, I want to see how she gonna freak these cards. It's like I want to see how she gonna do this. I think this would be dope. Like, so I sent it to him, and then I think it was yesterday, right when I had told y'all I did an update right quick and added a little something to it because I wanted it to look more like a postcard, like a real postcard when if you send it to somebody, like, oh, you really went there? No, girl, that's just a prayer, But yeah, I was just thinking about us crafters and just wanted to think outside the box, think about something that I know I don't see a lot of people doing. I don't see a lot of people making custom postcards. So I just thought it would just be, something cool to do. So that was that.
It was cool because I enjoyed working with it. So it was cool. Very, very cool, actually.
Yeah, and if I may add really quick, I do want to just say I was just certified as an AI professional. Yay, me.
Congratulations.
Through the Trainer's Edge Academy with Sonia. So y'all might want to get in on cohort 2 because that class, that whole 8 weeks was amazing. Like I learned things that Canva, I put like Canva is one of them. Like I would do, a little here's and there's in Canva, but I didn't really get down in Canva because I didn't understand it. Baby, Sonya came in there with that playground and just changed my whole life. And so now I can't stay out of Canva. I love Canva. But yeah, I am an AI certified training professional now. So I'm just excited about that. And I just wanted to share that with everybody so we can all, rejoice together.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Taylor. Having your certification, especially in this new space, is absolutely necessary because it's going to put you in doors that you need to be in. It's going to open doors and make sure that you be able to walk through those doors now, girl. You're going to be able to teach and do it on a business level. And yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so excited for you as far as with that certification. That is exciting. That is really, really exciting.
Thank you.
So congratulations again. So let's talk about what's going on in the AI space. If you guys don't know, ChatGPT has launched AI agents. If you guys are having some difficulty as far as your images are concerned of them taking a long time, remember, server space is at a maximum right now. So if you are using your GPTs and they're taking a little longer to render out an image, that is what's going on. Remember, ChatGPT has 2 generators. One, you can do it in native ChatGPT, or you can move to Sora. Sora moves faster. Just to ask your GPTs to give it, ask ChatGPT to give the prompt and move to Sora. Sora will move faster for you. Okay. And for a couple of times I did that as well. So when you'll see me, some of the images that I use for Taylor's GPT, I asked it to give me the prompt, and then I did some natively over in her GPT. So I'll show you both at the same time. And then I will also show you the images that came out of Midjourney. Midjourney is doing a transfer over. If you're having problems with your faces, hands, or anything like that, they're doing some updates, and we've had some problems with server space over there as well. If you notice that the looping and all that stuff happened, we went orange boat a lot for the last couple days. So we've had some issues with over in Midjourney as well. So people have been doing a lot of work in the background. So let's thank the developers and all of the people who are working in the background to make sure that we stay up and moving. So I thank them all. So as I start to share my screen, I am going to show you initially what happened with me during the time that ChatGPT was down. I just asked when it starts to just spin on you, just ask it for the prompts and move quickly over to Sora. And all I did was ask her GPT for the prompts that it was going to give me anyway, because I just asked for those, and I got, when you move it over to Sora, you're going to get 2 images. What Sora will do, instead of just putting out an output of 1 image, you can do 1 image and then it'll cue the second. So you'll have 2 images that output from Sora. So it'll give you 2 looks at the same prompt. You see that one? Then there's the second one. And the thing that I love about working over in Sora, because you'll get this, you're working with the same generator, but it actually moves faster over in Sora. So if you're tired of waiting and the long wait, you guys have Sora for free. Just letting you know, you got it for free using ChatGPT. But you're getting the same output, and you can also edit right there. You see right here, you can edit your prompt as well. So if you want to make some changes, you can change your colorization, you can change the background, you can do any of those things by editing your prompt and moving on from Sora. And also I also worked natively in her GPT. As you can see, here is me working natively in her GPT by using her second conversation starter, where I placed the stamp directly on where she wanted, when she said that she did the changeover where she wanted it to look directly like a postcard. This is what she was talking about. Here's the postcard stamp. And
I like those.
look how cute. Look, this is my favorite one though, Taylor. Look, she's at Dubai. She's cute.
We
And,
gonna make
and,
just put it up everywhere because that's prayer. That's what's them bucket list trips.
right? And of course, I had to do, Long Beach, founded in 1921. And then, of course, if anybody has seen the controversy online about Oak Bluffs, which here is my girl from Oak Bluff, and here she is again. And then I decided to just, take Taylor's GPT through the paces to see what it would do. Here she is in Aspen, there she is in Accra, and then here she is in Sierra Leone.
Ooh.
So of course, I'm going to move it over to Midjourney and pull some of the images from Midjourney. Here she is in Rio. And remember, I was telling you some of the issues, and these are some of the issues, some of the things that I was noticing with the changes with Midjourney. Of course, we're still having problems with wording. And see the problems that I have with it. There's like fine details that I noticed that I sent messages in on, and of course I'm bringing it over for video.
Ooh. I like that.
Girl, look at her hair, little hat moving, right?
Oh my
Look,
gosh, it says party written all over it.
right?
Oh my goodness. I went to Bath Body and Beyond today, and there was so many retro pieces. Like this retro look is in. I just need y'all to know that. There was a whole area, and I swear everything was from a different time, just with minor modern updates. This is right on time.
But yeah, I just loved working with the GPT. I had so much fun with it, Taylor. Just playing around with the different parts of it, just trying to um, using all the different elements, the different conversation starters, working it in the two different generators, using it natively, like I said, using it natively in ChatGPT, which is, here, and then also using it in the other generator, and using it in Sora as well.
In
So,
Sora.
yeah.
And
Yep.
I don't even usually deal with Sora. Like Sora get on my nerves, but I think I might have to give her another chance.
Yeah, because you can change your aspect ratio. You can do all of the things within Sora. And then if I wanted to, I could just turn it into a video straight in Sora if I wanted to, Taylor.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Sora. I'll write that down.
Mm-hmm. And that is what I did with your GPT. I enjoyed it. But I think the thing, like, when we're talking about like the whole summering and vacation and aspirational travel and being able to place the I wish you were here, and there's a whole section of postcards and things that are trending on Etsy that people are using. All of that is really popular right now. um Oh, Martine, you have your hand up. Sorry, I'm just.
I was waiting. I was waiting patiently. I just didn't want to cut you off because
Uh-huh.
that could throw you off. No, I agree with you 100%. The retro is in. It's in. It's in. Those of you that support brands, where part of your brand is your target audience are people of color, African Americans, women. We're not seeing enough of the retro with those kind of aesthetics, so take advantage of that. Um, Also, we all should have gotten an email about the summer edits from Etsy, and they're still highly emphasizing that things can be sold this summer. Okay, so just make sure that you're continuing to sell your summer products. Um, yeah, that's what I got.
I love it.
It left me, but it's gonna come back. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. You said the summer edits from Etsy that was
Yes,
emailed to us. Uh-huh. Okay.
yes.
All right. Perfect. All right. So everybody, if you are part of Etsy, look out for that email about still selling your summer products, that they are still in full swing. We all know that back to school, that we're all transitioning for back to school, but there are people who are still going on vacation. There are still people there's a big push for that last bit of summer, that August vacation push. And they're still looking for those things, especially for you physical product sellers. You guys can currently make those and sell those and have those ready for your customers. I'm getting ready for my winter cruises, right? Like Taylor said, aspirational, like going to Dubai. There's a cruise I want to take for Dubai, and it only comes from around my birthday. Yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna be like, see you there. Mm-hmm.
Regina and hit me. Thank you. Whew. Yes. Speaking of aspirational travel, letter writing, getting the physical postcard, that is in, and it will be in the rest of this year. Y'all know what the world is like. It's a crazy world, and there's this big push to authentically create and connect to people in real ways. So as you're traveling, do what grandmama them used to do: pick up a postcard or make some to sell. Also, think of the hidden jewels in your city, the things that don't always get talked about, and see if you can prompt for them in the GPT. Okay, connect with your local tourist offices, your local vendors, your mom and pops. This is a great way to collaborate and show a different side of the city. Sometimes there are new developments, but there are no postcards that have been updated for them. Sometimes there have been rehab developments, but there are also no postcards that have been done for them. Lots of opportunities here. but letter writing, letter sending, people are into that right now more than they probably, and this is coming from an AI person, like a techie person. Like my hand cramp if I start writing too long. That's me. Like my hands start cramping because I'm like I don't write like that anymore. But there is a lot of people who are wanting the handwritten, the very natural. Who just got married? The Amazon guy. Bezos. If y'all saw his not the design, that's another story for another day. But the actual aesthetic was this very much like casual, almost as if it was handwritten at home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's trending. It wasn't my aesthetic. I didn't like it, but I did sense that they're trying to make it feel like I wrote this at home. I'm just inviting a friend.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, Talya, are you ready for uh to show us what you created with the GPT?
Certainly, certainly.
All right, we're gonna put your down camera on up.
Well, since we were talking about the whole travel situation and the aspirations for said travel, I decided to look at this fly. See, did I tell y'all that we got a fly epidemic going on around here? I decided to create a 2026 travel calendar of all the places that I would like to go. Okay, so I put them at the size of a regular postcard. Okay, I'll show y'all my stand in just a minute, but this is a calendar. Okay, so Mexico, I've been there several times. So I love vintage more than anything. Okay.
Ooh.
More than anything. So I just want to show y'all the images because they're gorgeous. San Juan, I've been here before as well. Santorini, I haven't made it there yet, but it is most definitely on my bucket list. So I put it in March because my birthday in March, and somebody's son might decide he want to take me for my birthday. I'm just putting it out in the atmosphere. Mm-hmm.
Oh, now.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
Tokyo. Do you just look at the quality of the images. Just look at them. Because they're gorgeous. They truly are. Gorgeous.
Glad I put that postage. That
Does it
postage.
not look exactly like a vintage
That
postcard?
postage
Like
set it
they're
off.
gorgeous. They
Yeah.
truly are gorgeous.
I love these. Come
See,
through, London.
don't do
You
something
see,
amazing. I
baby,
do it.
you see her little cardigan she got on that's flowing in the wind? Okay.
Yes. Come through, China.
Come through, China.
Man.
I
Mhm.
stole this one from Regina in Dubai because I said I got to have her because she's spicy. I like her.
Aroma.
Got room.
Vintage is the look. Is the aesthetic look of
I'm
the
telling you, it is amazing. Okay.
you have to ask for something else
Amazing.
because it's
So
set on vintage.
I made calendars basically because this is the class that I'm getting ready to teach, which will be desktop calendars of different sorts, right? So I made this as an easel here.
Oh, okay.
So you guys can uh-oh, it's a little bit too far. So it can be on your desktop at your job, and you can just sit and pray and be like, Lord, in January, can somebody take me to Paris?
Yes, Lord.
Right.
In February, take me away, Jesus. Okay.
Miss
So
Tara said no one wants to travel up here to Canada.
ain't nobody saying nothing about Canada. So I have different types of stands as well. And these are things that I will be showing and providing for you guys in my upcoming desktop calendar class. We got some new stuff coming. Okay. So these are two different types of stands. You just decide which one of them you would like. I
I want
actually
to
got
come
about 4, but
to Canada. I want to go skiing. Yes, I did. Come on now. What are we
girl, let me tell
talking
you
about?
something. The last time I went somewhere to ski, all I did was put on the skis and the stuff so the people could take my picture. And he was like, "You ready to go down?" I said, "Are you serious? I'm not going down there. Do I look like I ski? Sir, I'm up here to take these pictures, and that is all."
Amen.
Okay,
Maybe.
that will be all. I just want to take the pictures. That's all.
No, I need to find me a good slope. Come on now. Let's make it happen.
Look, I don't know what you got going on, but I'm gonna tell you, no, ma'am, I'm not going down nobody's mountain.
No,
If
ma'am, no,
the
sir.
Lord wanted me to go down the mountain, He would have gave me some wings so I could fly just in case. You understand?
Not fly just in case, so you.
Look, I didn't see
I
how them
tell
people
people
be
all the
rolling down the
time.
side of the mountain. I've seen it, and I don't want no parts of it. Okay.
Ain't
They
that how
tell you
Sonny
I'm
Bono
skiing,
went
they
out?
lie.
Ain't that how Sonny Bono went out there skiing and ran smack into a tree and broke every bone in his body?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Nope.
It's just
No,
certain things
no.
I ain't equipped for.
It ain't my
I went on a
jam.
ski trip and I was, you know how they give you the ski class as part of the package. I was out there with my skis on, and it was not a good idea for them to snowmobile somebody past me. The snowmobile had the stretcher attached to the snowmobile and drag them by the beginner ski
Oh no.
class. I took them skis off and went right back to the lodge.
Lord,
Absolutely.
I was
Baby, I
Lord
done.
was
have
in there
mercy.
drinking hot chocolate, waiting on the other people that was with me. Y'all go
That's what I
ahead. Do your
did.
thing.
I had a great time in the lodge all
Facts.
weekend.
No. Come on, be adventurous. You guys can come up with me. You can come up with me.
And just to let everybody know, this is the last week that I'm filling up the July drive, the July GPT hub. So this is one of the GPTs that's in it. You see the price for this? It would be best, it would be more bang for your buck, as Regina said, if you got the drive, because it's what, like 22, 23 GPTs up in there right now. And y'all finna get a treat on most of them because your girl is in the automation game and I've been automating a lot of my GPTs now. So yeah.
Okay. All right, Taylor. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's exciting.
Thank you.
We are super excited about everything that you are doing with your GPTs and how you have done everything. It is so amazing. You're
Thank you,
doing
ma'am.
a lot. You're doing a lot. Well, I hope you guys have gotten on the wheel because it is closed. Martine closed that wheel fast now. She's not like us. You know, Martine will close the wheel out in a heartbeat. It is closed. And Martine, are we ready to rock and roll? Because I
We're
think
approaching there. We're
she's on.
approaching.
Because Talya has already shown the calendar. But Talya, the one thing I do want you to talk about is your class, your upcoming class that you're going to talk about your calendars and what will you be teaching in the class? And
Well,
because it's calendar season coming up.
we're past calendar season, actually. We should have started doing calendars 2 months ago. Okay.
Mhm.
But this one is dedicated strictly to the desktop calendars. So I'll be teaching you guys how to make desktop calendars in several different sizes. I'll show you how to sell it as a digital product as well as a physical product. So we'll be making several different sizes. We will do spirals, we will do cinch bound, and then we'll have these that do not require you to have all those fine machines that everybody else has. So the only thing you'll need to create, even the one that I have right now, is printer and paper. That's it. That's all you need to create this one, and whatever medium you decide to use as far as the easel goes, if you like the little wooden ones or the acrylic ones. So this one, again, strictly for desktop calendars. So I hope you guys come on out, we're gonna do a couple series of calendars for the next couple of months, but we are starting at desktop ones for right now. So
when is the class, Talya?
the 2nd. So it'll be Saturday, 3:00 Central Standard Time, 4:00 Eastern. What time is that in California? 1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1 p.m.
Hey, drop the
Pacific
link,
Standard
Talya, because
Time.
I'm multitasking. Drop the link for me, love.
How you multitasking when it's my
Yeah.
turn?
Because I'm doing the wheel. I'm sorry. I
Oh
love
no,
you.
you fine. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. My class is called Desk Appeal. Because guess what? You want your desk to be
Appeal.
fancy. You want it to be fancy.
Yeah, I think the thing that if you guys have not taken a calendar class from Talya, the best thing about that is how thorough she is. I say this about Martine, I say this about Talya. It is one of the best experiences that I have had, because I was in her cohort that she had, when, because she goes through it, shows you how to really, really take she shows you from template, and she also shows you from scratch, right? How to build it from scratch. And once she shows you how to build it from scratch, you go like this. Why would I do that?
And so I'm like, I don't know why anybody builds anything from scratch anymore. I don't know, because template me, please.
Why would I do that? But she shows you, like, if you want to learn how to build it from scratch, she shows you how to build it from scratch. And then she shows you how to manipulate your artwork, how to do all the things. She gives you like 50 million templates. She does all the sizes that you're going to need, all the places. And I always say her supply list is top tier. It is top tier. And her, from the printer, her ink, the paper. Now she has she tests everything, guys. She found you the easels for your desktop, where you guys don't even have to, if you don't have to the place the money to buy the equipment for you to cut the holes. You don't need those now. She now found she has the easels for you, where you can just sit it on your desktop and move it, and now you have your whole calendar right there. I love that she does
Trying to
that.
give them the options, if they want to sell and they don't want to buy this equipment. I mean, it's fine. You can still sell some calendars.
Right. I love that. Are we going to get shrink paper too, Talya? Teach them how to use this little shrink gun, and we can shrink wrap it. And then she looked at me like, Regina, don't give me not another thing.
No, ma'am. Y'all gonna have to figure that out yourself. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. So we'll talk, and then I don't know. I don't know.
Martine is doing the wheel, y'all. She is doing the wheel.
We got a good night of giveaways tonight too. So tonight we have Jasmine's book. She's giving away a copy of her book signed. So that's, we've got that up tonight. I will be doing one class seat to my class. One class seats. Taylor Mays usually does 2 GPTs. Anything else?
I'll give away 1 seat to my class.
Okay, so that's 1 seat to Talya's class. Are we ready to begin?
Yep.
All right, this is for a copy of Jasmine's book, The Waiting Room. And look at God. That would be Miss Dion. That went right where it was supposed to go.
Right where it was supposed to go.
Right where it was supposed to go.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Dan, I know you got about 12 instances on here. You done.
Yes, ma'am.
We love
God
you,
gave me
Dion.
what
We
I
love
needed.
you.
Exactly.
He sure did.
He absolutely did.
This is for my class seats.
What? Oh, okay.
Who's Cookies, Candy, and More? Who is that? Cookies, Candy, and More.
I don't know. It sounds
That's
good though.
Shanique Carpenter. Yes, that's Shanique.
That's Shanique. Look, yeah, that sounds good. Shanique, can you send me some chocolate chip cookies?
It don't sound good. Congrats, my love. You've got a class seat coming your way. Give me a day or two. Cause I've been up since like 3 a.m. I'm going to sleep. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
So Shanique has she got a nickname, her nickname Pookie?
I don't know. That might be her Facebook. You know, she may have shared it to her Facebook group. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying somebody in the background said, "Congratulations, Pookie." I'm just asking questions.
I see. Is they telling on
You.
you? Is that one of your kids? I do that to my kids. I
Okay,
tell the world
Pookie.
there.
Taylor?
Yes,
We're doing
ma'am.
Taylor next. Taylor's next.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 GPTs, her postcard GPTs. Also, remember that's an evergreen product, y'all.
It absolutely is.
You can make
for
Christmas
sure.
postcards. Perkins Pretty Prints. Who's that? Is that? I feel
That's
familiar.
Dion.
Remember, Dion don't be playing with y'all. Just want y'all to
Period.
know. She be sharing to her groups. Come on, Miss K. Come on, Miss K. Wells. Congratulations.
Hey.
The second GPT.
All right.
Look at that. Our hometown TV and movie
Come on,
expert
Erica.
and critic. Come on, Miss
That's
Erica.
it. She is the resident TV and movie expert.
Yes, ma'am. Side note, Erica, I've been crying about the Buccaneers all weekend. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil nothing else. I ain't saying nothing else. All right, then we got Talya's class. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. That would be Miss Rhonda. She's one of our crafting queens too. Congratulations,
Absolutely.
Rhonda.
Come
Yeah,
on in,
that
Miss
was a
Rhonda.
great pick, Will. Great
Wasn't
job.
it? The wheel has been willing tonight, okay?
It sure has.
It went to where it was supposed to go. The wheel is willing.
It has been. Okay, guys, I'm going to drop a few, because y'all know that's what I do. Here's what I recommend. I recommend that you join our unique communities. The 3 of us we're just doing a little niching down so that we can have some conversations that are a little bit focused, right? So I'm going to drop the links to these communities at this time, and we won't, I don't know. I don't know what the team's going to do, and I don't know what I'm going to do. But they're free to join right now. That's not saying that that's going to be the case forever. So get in while you can. All 3 of us have been dropping some amazing things to really support, to kind of continue the Sundays with TRM experience. So make sure that you're in those communities so you can stay up to date. Last thing for me, Regina. So next week we have the lovely Miss Charlene who's gonna be on.
Woohoo!
I'm super excited about that.
Yes, super
and
excited.
William will be back next week. Brother William will be back. With that being said, I'm talking to everybody. We need y'all. There's no show without you. We want to be able to, we can talk all day about what we got going on, but this is our way of helping you grow your business. So make sure that you're filling out the panelist form. I ain't gonna call these folks out because I've been calling them out for like 6 months, but when I say that, they know I'm talking to them. We need you to come on. Nicole killed it last week. I was watching. I wasn't supposed to watch. We're not gonna tell my husband because I was supposed to be on vacation, but I was watching. She killed it last week. Wonderful job. Charlene's gonna do a great job next week. This is the steps you take to start talking about your business. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. So we'd love to have you. I've dropped the links both places. I'm going to go back and drop these school links on the Facebook, and you guys get in where you fit in the communities that meet your needs. That's it for me. Let me stop sharing.
Well, thank you, Martine. Yes, let's make sure that you guys are coming in, promoting your products. We really, really want to have you guys. Remember, fourth quarter is around the corner. It's like, actually, it's here. Fourth quarter is here, and we want to put your products in front of everyone. We want you guys to be out there, out in front. Please don't be afraid to talk about your products, show your products. We want everyone to see what you are doing. TRM Learning, we want you guys to be out front. We want to show what you guys have to offer. Let's really, 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 really hone down on that. We want you guys to be out here talking about it. We want to put you in front of everyone. We love, love, love to talk about your products. Just remember that we love to have you guys here. So just fill out the form and we will put you out there and we will surround you with TRM love if you're a little bit afraid. And don't get in your head. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Don't get in your head that it's not quite right or you need to work on something or we got you. We have you.
If they're afraid, I'll take their place.
Come on now. William will. If you won't,
Afraid, I'll take their place.
If you won't, William, just remember, if you won't, William will.
Yeah, will now.
Oh, come on now. Come on now, Will. Come on now, Will. So let's make sure that you guys are putting yourselves out there and talking about what's important to you. What's important to you is your business. What's important to you is your product and getting it out there. And also getting over the fear of speaking live to a live audience. Because I know a lot of you guys are afraid of putting your face to your product. So let's get over that fear as well. So we love having you here. I'm so excited to have you guys be a part of live with TRM, Sundays Lives with TRM. We love having you guys on with us. Well, that is it for me. Please, please, please join our communities. We're super happy to have you as part of the community. There's so many things that are going on. Like Talya drops a surprise co-working session, like 90 going north. I'm like, dang, she's live again. Go on, Talya. Go ahead, girl.
The people need support. You understand? The people need support.
Because Talya drop a live quick, boom. And Lord help everybody. I learned clips on Zoom. I put 2 clips already in my community for video. Hey, I'm excited.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to look. I'm proud. Look at you. I like it. Come on, Regina. I'm going to look right when I get off.
Been all up in your business over there. I've been all up in your business.
My girlfriend was like, "Look at you putting clips in your community." I said, "Yeah, I've learned clips in Zoom." So yeah, the school communities are a great place to be. They're fun, they're interactive. It's showing our personalities. They're just really, really just amazing places to be. And we're glad that you guys are there, and we are happy to show what we are learning and how the things that we want you guys to know. So for you guys who know, SRF Insiders will drop tomorrow. Haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but it will drop tomorrow. So It'll be in the community. It is no longer going to go, the email, I'm putting out the email again, that it will be in the school community for all of you guys who are still on the SRF Insiders email list, but eventually the email list will be dissipated and that won't go out. It'll just be in the school community, but just know it's just going to be in school. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I will see you guys tomorrow for Midjourney Monday. And I can't wait for you guys to be there on Monday. Talya will be back for Color Me Calm on Tuesday. And Martine, of course, will be walking early in the morning while I'm asleep for motivational Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yes, ma'am. We're wrapping up the Let Them Theory book this week and next week. So I'm excited about it. This week we're talking about adult friendships. And my folks who come regularly, I want to hear a little bit from our 16 up club, because I think that you guys have some things to say about adult friendships and what does that look like. And she talks about it in the book. Of course, we're gonna cover the book, but I'm gonna lean on y'all. I'm gonna lean on wisdom here. Adult friendships is one of the major themes.
Well, that is a wonderful topic. Yeah, because my mom had a friend that she had had for years, still kikied on the phone, knew everything about her. And I think those friendships are absolutely wonderful, right? Um, it's amazing to see like girlfriends that last like 40, 50 years, knew each other from high school, those are longtime friends. Like I still have a girlfriend that we went to high school with, we're still friends to this day. So she knows everything about me. Yeah, she know my whole history,
I'm about to say she know where all the bodies is buried.
yeah, she know all the bodies.
Absolutely. Yeah. I got one since the third grade, honey. We've been best friends since third grade. And I promise you, she better take every bit of it to the grave.
I love it.
Side note, my folks who don't get up in the morning, it's okay. Catch the replay on YouTube. You can listen to it like you listen to a podcast. It's okay. I'm never holding nobody to a hard 7 o'clock in the morning. You can watch the replay. It's okay.
Our 7 o'clock. Our 7 o'clock is 5 a.m. for me. Whew, Lord, in the name of Jesus, I'm turning over. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love it. I love it. But thank you guys so much for coming. Once again, I want to thank Jasmine for her wonderful testimony and her amazing book. Thank you so much for coming. It was a wonderful testimony. It was great. Everything that she said was such an encouragement. Her book is absolutely fabulous. If you did not purchase it, you should run to purchase it. When she gets her school community and her journal, she will be back. And we are so encouraged that she is here. If you are, make sure that you are part of Martine's community. She is challenging all of us to post for 31 days, at least one time a day, at least one time a day. She is going to get us on the path for our SEO. She is going to teach us Instagram and edits. That is really, really the thing that we need to learn. We have Taylor that gave us a wonderful GPT for that postcard GPT. The art is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Taylor. It was a pleasure to work with. As you can see, if you have not worked in Sora, as you know, you guys get it for free. You should work in Sora. Her GPT works seamlessly between both her GPT and Sora. You had Talya, who is always the crafting queen. She has a wonderful desktop calendar class that is coming up rapidly on the 2nd. On the 2nd, yo. It's coming on the 2nd.
I already got the equipment now anyway.
Come on. Wait a minute now, Erica. You got all the equipment now?
I don't have a regular cinch, but I got the thermal one. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I don't need no regular
Yeah,
cinch.
we're gonna bring the thermal cinch class back. We're gonna bring it back. We got a few updates now. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back.
The regular cinch. I was like, I thought you meant the cinch.
Oh, I have a guillotine. I have the binding machine. Yes. I don't have the big Bertha guillotine or the, nothing like that, but I have the stuff I need.
You have the stuff okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
As long as you got the stuff you need, you are good to go.
Yeah,
and Walmart
I do think
35 cents now. So I've been ordering like 10 of them every time I order.
What for 35 cents? We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline. Okay. All right.
the composition notebooks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the spirals. They were 45 cents when I went in there last week. The compositions were like 38 cents and the spirals were 45 cents when I went to Walmart last week.
2 days ago online, they were 35 cents.
Awesome. I need to go order some.
You know what it is? They're fighting the competition. We love a good fight. We love a good fight. We love a good fight.
Yep, because the customer always wins.
Yeah,
absolutely. There you go, Staples. Yeah.
Oh, I love a good Staples fight. I love Staples.
Staples. When I went to Staples, they had for those that have binding machines. Staples had the 4-to-1 pitch holes, where Walmart's have those weird holes that you have.
Yeah, I know. You got to use.
Did when they dropped the prices, they started giving us the 33 holes. Because before that, I was getting the 42 holes.
Right.
Yeah.
33, but that's okay. I got a Cricut. I'm good.
Yeah, I ain't got time to.
We got it. We know how to work it. We know how to work it. Yeah, but I go get them at Office Depot because they always have the one with the 42 holes. We don't have a Staples around here, but Office Depot carries the ones with 42 holes. So
I have 2 totes full of spiral notebooks. I need some more composition books. I might have to go take a ride this week. Go get or actually no, I got Walmart Plus. Let me use that.
If you don't get that stuff delivered.
Walmart Plus. Why are we driving?
Exactly. I got it during during their sale. They had a sale the same time as Amazon, and it was half price. Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying.
Our Patreon subscribers have entered the chat. They've entered the chat. Now y'all get a glimpse at 32% of our cover.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. That's it. It's what it is. Well, but we're gonna let y'all go for the night. We're gonna let y'all go.
Yeah.
We're not gonna hold you any longer.
Are we having an after TRM class today, Talya?
No. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all don't know how to leave. That's the problem.
Look,
y'all don't know how to go home.
Do y'all want to do an after one? I'm down. Let me get y'all a
link in the chat.
We're gonna let Monica take.
We're
gonna let her take it.
Give me a second. I'm gonna put a link in.
I'm there. Drop it.
Because I can leave when I get ready. Yay, Monica.
Wait a minute.
They
this
don't know how to
acting right.
Everybody
she got to go to bed in the morning. Me too.
They be trying to keep me on there till 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not playing with y'all. They be trying to keep.
I can't.
See,
I'm getting a little sleep.
we're not trying to tussle in the chat.
All right, y'all help me. How do I get a Zoom link while I'm on Zoom? Y'all know I'm new to this. Help a sister out.
You have to log into your account.
I ain't got time for it with y'all.
Yeah,
Zoom Workplace. Wait a minute. Here it is. I think this is it.
You got to go to your
Here we
Zoom.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Look at Nikki with her head cocked to the side. She the main one.
She sure is.
Her little head cocked to the side. She's the main one.
It's the unofficial after.
All right,
Also,
all right, all
we're
right.
gonna say the unofficial.
You guys have a good evening. For everyone that is leaving,
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming.
Thank you guys.
We really appreciate you guys coming. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a great evening.
Will you
We'll
come
call
on
that,
and give
we'll
me a
call it
dog
Friends
link?
of TRM After Dark. It's an unofficial, unsanctioned Friends of TRM.
It's unsanctioned because none of us said go there. Okay, we don't know what's gonna happen over there.
This is
Friends
an
of TRM.
unsanctioned Talya created.
Good night,
Regina and Martine are not susceptible to any damages or lawsuits.
That's correct. Friends of TRM.
Okay, y'all. I think I finally did it. There it is.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna drop it in my school
Monica.
as well. Monica, I'll drop it in my school as well.
I'll drop it in mine too.
Let me do it, and I'll put it in mine as well. Copy.
Look, we had to say it again. It's unsanctioned.
This is unsanctioned. We gonna get on here laughing, kiki, and whatever else we do.
I like laughing and kikiing.
Yeah, I'll drop it in my school as well. Y'all have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you.